Okay, everybody, we got a little summary here. So if you look at the horsepower number up there in the right corner, sorry, the dyno voltage thing is flashing because I was mad about the way I turned on the computer here. The yellow number is the 11.5s with the Kraftwerks cam, with the slip-on, and with the PPI tune. The orange number in the middle there is stock engine, slip-on, and tune. The red number is stock with just the Kraftwerks cam added, but of course the slip-on and the tune. So they all three have the slip-on and the tune. The differences would be adding the Kraftwerks cam in red and then adding the 11.5s on top of the Kraftwerks cam in yellow. So if we go over here to the horsepower, if you notice down the bottom left-hand corner, it tells us RPM, engine RPM. So we'll try to creep it down here. On 4,500 is pretty much the lowest you're ever going to see a Talon at when you're moving, I think, with any gas input at all. So just under 4,500, 4,469. You see stock was 20.5 horsepower. With Kraftwerks cam, it was making 32.6 in that same spot. And of course, this is at wide open throttle coming through this RPM. And then in the yellow, you see with the 11.5s, it was making 39 horsepower, almost double the horsepower over stock. And the cam was even a big improvement over stock. If we move it up, you can see it, that trend continues. We get to just about 5,000. We'll try to do it in 500 or as close as we can. 5,011 RPM, 66.5 with the pistons and cam, 40.8 stock, and 51 with the Kraftwerks cam. Let's see if we can get to 5,500 here. At 5,500, we have 59.9 Kraftwerks cam only, 57.1 stock, and 78.7 with 11.5 to 1 pistons. You guys can kind of follow around on the torque there is the same. You know, there's some increase there to be had across the board. 6,000. We got 66.4 stock, 67.1 Kraftwerks cam only, 88.1 pistons and Kraftwerks cam. Let's get up here to 65. You got 71.6 stock, 72.8 Kraftwerks cam, 95.1 pistons and cam. 7,000. We've got 75.8 stock, 77.3 Kraftwerks cam, 100.9 cam and pistons. $7,500. We got 78 stock, 80.3 Kraftwerks cam, 105.5 Kraftwerks cam and pistons. 8,000. We got 78.5 stock, 82.6 Kraftwerks cam stage 1 only, 108.5 with pistons and the Kraftwerks cam. 8,500. We've got, this is where it gets interesting because the stock cam really starts to fall off in power. We're down to 47.1. The Kraftwerks cam was still making 82.2, and we were making 108.1 with the cam and pistons. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to, the stock one wouldn't run out to 9,000, so those runs were shut down probably around 8,500. But obviously with the pistons cam and tune, you know, the motor runs out quite a bit further. So this is kind of a good view of how much power, usable power. You know, everybody talks about peak horsepower. Oh, I made this much more. And again, it's, you know, the usable power through your range that you really want to look at, because that's going to change the entire characteristics and riding experience of your Talon. I would say that that cam was kind of surprising, that it made all this extra power down low, and then it still made more power all the way through the curve. And then as you got, you know, up past 7,000, then it started to kind of spread out again, a couple of horse, and then really started to spread out when I got into the range where the stock rev limiter and cam just wouldn't do it anymore. In fact, I'm not sure what this little bobble here is. I don't know if that was a little bit of valve float, or the compression release is getting in the way of the stock cam, or what happened there. But you notice it just happened on the stock run, and did it to horsepower and torque both. But pretty tiny little glitch there. But anyway, you can see where the usable power would be. You know, even just putting the Kraftwerks cam in your car, you're going to get some bang for your buck, especially through the drivability range on a trail car. And then, you know, when you're wide open throttle trying to outrun one of your buddies, it's going to matter up top a lot too. Still matters through the middle, a couple of horse, all the way through. But you can see you get a lot of bang for your buck on raising the compression in combination with the cam. I do have some old runs that I'm going to dig through, that we did a car one time that we just put 11.5s in it, left the stock pistons and everything with, and in fact it happened to have the same slip-on. When I talk about slip-on, it is literally just an HMF kind of factory routed slip-on. It's not necessarily the highest flown one, and just to show you while I got the camera moving around, it's a stock header. So that's why I'm calling it a slip-on, because it's just literally a bolted on HMF to get rid of the highly restrictive factory assembly. And we didn't even do any port work to the head. We wanted to keep it clean, and we knew we had some of them older runs with just 11.5s and no cam. So as I go forward here, I'll probably do another little video summary when I find the runs with just the 11.5s and no camshaft. And then soon here, within the next week or two, we're just waiting on some custom stuff we had built for a full race build Talon engine. We'll be putting that together and testing that here shortly, and that should make big power. That should make all these numbers look pretty small. So stay tuned, and we'll get you some more info.